All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Deep, the Giant. Video number 2 on this channel. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in, for being a part of this, watching this, taking the time out of your day to watch this video of mine. I wanted to talk about a certain somebody on social media, on this content creating space. Some of you may have heard of him. He's one half of a podcast group, if you will, called Fresh and Fit. Very controversial group, if you will. This man's name is Myron Gaines. And so the thing about Myron Gaines is he is, if for those of you who don't know, I'll provide some context, of course. He's a black man, African-American man. I believe his family is from Sudan in Africa. And he's very, let's say, critical of the black demographic, if you will. He's very, just to put it in simpler words, I'll say critical of them. He's a pretty racist guy. You see what had happened as of recently, he's kind of under some hot water, going back and forth with other content creators, other black content creators, and attacking them, attacking their character, and overall just kind of perpetuating stereotypes of, oh, well, you know, black people are this and that, and see, there you go again with a, you know, insert stereotype here, of course, when he's arguing with these people. And there was, now correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I'm not on Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account. I haven't been on Twitter since high school. But there's, I guess, the Twitter group chat, group phone call chat sort of thing you can do now, where you know, it's your profile pictures in there, and whenever you speak, it lights up or something, or there's like a little like microphone icon next to it or something. And a group of literal white supremacists had convened in one of these rooms, and they start talking about just so nasty, toxic, foul conversation, such a nasty, foul conversation they were having about you know, black people and the dynamic between them, because these are all white supremacists, talking about, oh, you know, black people, they might say this, or, you know, they might say you know, white people deserve this and white people deserve their own space, and they might stick up for this, but at the end of the day, they're still, you know, insert N-word with a hard ER. And somebody had gone and said, oh, well, there's that one guy, they didn't say guy, there's that one, you know, hard ER, there's that one guy who was speaking about, oh gosh, what did he say? Something about sleep with 35 women, don't get married until you're like, I think it was don't get married until you're 35, and sleep with as many women as you can before you decide to take that step and get married. And you know, some content creators had called him out on this. Well, no, someone else in that, before I get to that part, someone else in the group was like, oh, you're talking about Myron Gaines. Yeah, Myron Gaines. Oh yeah, I hate that guy. And again, they're not saying guy, they're using that other word. I hate that guy. You know, he's stupid, idiot, moron, all this and that. Which, yeah, I mean, he is kind of a moron. So that happened, and you had a bunch of other content creators coming out and saying, well, wow, this is, you know, this is like the, you know, oh, the no Vaseline, here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about, here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. That's what they think about you. That really is what they think about you. And I'll go as far as to say, you know, not just black people, if you're any other race, you know, even white people, like, here's what they think about you, bro. Like, people will show their true colors. But anyways, other content creators came forward and said, hey, look, you know, here's what they think about you. What are you going to say? Like, what are you going to react? How are you going to respond to this? Our guy Myron doesn't say anything about that. He starts attacking the other black content creators that are calling out that behavior. And it's such a bad look, because it shows that, you know, you hate your own people, you hate your own kind. And the reason I even make this video is because I was once there too. I am, if you can't tell by my name, I'm Indian. My origin is, I was born in America. I was born in Los Banos, California. Moved to the Bay Area when I was 3. I've been here ever since. But, you know, growing up Indian, growing up in the Indian community, here in the Bay Area, especially the part of the Bay Area where I'm at, there are quite a few Indians here, and a lot of the Indians, like, they know each other. They know, maybe not know each other directly, but they know of each other. They know, they can look at someone's kid and say, oh, this is, so and so's kid. This is, this and that. And growing up, I kind of shared that same sentiment that Myron, and I hate to even compare myself to him, but I'm only making this video because again, I was there, and I'm now out of it. I've embraced my culture. Of course, there's still problems. Every demographic outside of just race has their own issues that they don't like about each other. But this is why I've decided to make this video. I was once there too. I was sharing the sentiment of, I hate, my people. I hate, Indian culture. I almost changed my name. I'll say that's how bad it was. So yeah, that's why I made this video. Growing up Indian, it was, you got made fun of a lot. Indian parents, very judgmental, very cheap, very, you go to stores, and a lot of Indian customers can be rude. And I mean, anybody can be, but when you're in, they say don't judge until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Well, I've walked in Indian shoes my whole life, so I feel like I could speak on Indian people. Just like if you're Mexican, you've been Mexican your whole life, you could speak on Mexican culture, you could speak on Mexican people. If you're black, you've been black your whole life, you could speak on black people, you could speak on black issues and black culture. So that was my stance with being Indian. It was a lot with getting picked on at school. My name, Almond Deep, there's so many. I've heard everything from Almond Dork, Almond Dweeb, Almond Derp, all of it. Like, in this, even that's just scratching the surface, because you could throw in a lot of profanities in there, and you can make something of it. But there was the whole, Indian people smell, and they don't wear deodorant, which is not true. We wear deodorant. I'm wearing deodorant right now. All this and that, you take your Indian food to school during lunchtime. What's that? All the other kids, like, what? That doesn't even look edible. Da, da, da. You know how kids can be. And then it comes, I don't know if I can say it. There was an event that took place in 2001 on September, the day after the 10th. So when that happened, it was bad for Indians and Arabs. Well, I should say Arabs and Indians all over the country. I mean, I've had, and I was, I think, 7 years old at the time. I've had trash thrown at me. I've had people, throw water cups at me. My grandma as well. My grandmother, rest in peace, she passed away 2 years ago, but she had, things thrown at her when she would be out for a walk in the neighborhood at that. And so you start to kind of feel like, damn, why us? Why are we like this? Everyone, you don't necessarily pedestalize everybody else, but you form this, what's the word? It's escaping my head now. Inferiority complex about yourself and about your people. And that's what this guy Myron's going through. He hates the fact that he's black. He hates it. I can see it in his eyes. And I've never met the guy, but I mean, the eyes are the window to the soul. You can look at a picture of somebody and kind of give or take, for the most part, what kind of mood they're in at that time. And you can tell he hates the fact that he's black. He hasn't come to terms with who he is, his culture, his lineage, things like that. And it's a very, very dark place to be. It's a very dark place to be. I had a friend, if you're watching this, Elias, shout out to you. I had a friend, one time we were hanging out. This was years ago. This might have been close to 10 years ago, I want to say. And Elias is a black man. So Elias, we were, just kind of chopping it up, chilling. And he was like, you know what, bro? I said, what's up? He said this to me. He said, you are the Uncle Ruckus of the Indian community. And 10 years ago, or whenever it was, when he said that to me initially, I was like, wow, really? You think so? Like, it was such a compliment. It was such a compliment. Now looking back, having, looked into my lineage, the history of not just my people but my country and all this and that and all the great things we've done. And look, I know there's, you know, a whole lot of the whole Pajit thing going on right now on social media. Like it's bad for Indians, you know what I'm saying? Indians are getting flamed left and right. But there's a lot of good that they've done. There's a lot of good that they're continuing to do. And there's a lot of good that they're gonna do in the future, because if you didn't know, India's like a top 3, top 4 economy right now, and it's only getting better, believe it or not, over there. So, you know, I shouldn't say we, I mean, I'm American born and raised, but, you know, we're on the way. So yeah, you know, I think that's what Myron's going through. He needs to, if I was him, I don't know what the, you know, the climate is in Sudan right now. Go to Sudan. You know, my grandmother, like I said, she passed away, God rest her soul, 2 years ago, 2022, like right after the Warriors won their championship, like a few months after. And we went to India, we did the whole ritual thing, and, you know, we put her soul to rest. And that for me was kind of like the straw that broke the self-loathing camel's back, if you will. And it opened my eyes to a lot of purity that I didn't. And again, you know, every group of people has things that are wrong with them. Every group of people has things that need fixing, both culturally and just, you know, societally. But it's a beautiful thing to love yourself. That should go without saying. So I would recommend that too. And you know what? Another thing. The people that are around you, right? Not necessarily your friends, but the people around you who, you know, let's say you're Mexican and, you know, they're your contemporaries, and they're low-key closeted racist towards Mexicans. If they hear you saying stuff like that and they see you, you know, being rude to other Mexican people, they're going to try to squeeze every drop of that out of you. And that's what, and it goes back to the whole Ice Cube, no Vaseline thing. Here's what they think about you. Here's what, and for all you the younger audience, if you have not heard that song, go listen to that song. And kind of like look up the history of, not history, but the beef history of what that song kind of represents. That's what they think about you, you know? So if you're a self-loathing, you're hating on your own race, hating on your own people are going to look at you like you're this fucking big. And I know I just cussed. Hopefully YouTube doesn't, you know, terminate my channel, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You know, love yourself. I know, especially, you know, because again, I can't speak on white issues. I can't speak on black issues. But all my Indian kids out there, bro, if they're making fun of you, they're doing this and that, who cares, bro? Just do your thing. And I mean, I think we're like what, the second highest earners in the country. So yeah, bro, they can suck a dick, dog. Other than that, Myron Gaines, bro, you need to go do some history. Go love yourself, bro. Go to Sudan and tap in with your roots, bro. Tap in, because that's pathetic. I don't know what else to say. That's just about all I have to say on this matter. I gotta go. Love you guys.